In the bottom left, one of the best Protosses in the world, he is...
Grandmaster, SK Telecom T1 Ray.
And in the upper right, the underdog here, can he turn this around? He is.
New challenger, STXO hyvaa.
What's up, Artie?
Huh. Well, you know, I'm in a much better spirits now. That game alone made tonight worth it for me.
Uh-oh.
Like, oh, you're in better spirits, eh? Like, well, how about filling for 15 minutes? Well, well, you know, Tuesday was way too smooth, so
Tuesday
at least we're back into the groove.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So, I mean,
how you doing today, man?
I'm doing much better. Thank you for asking. You know, I'm starting to go over in my head because Gateway Expands got super popular and then got somewhat figured out and fell in popularity a little bit. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't think these are going to go away completely like they did way back. Like, I don't think it's going to be only Forge Expand anymore. But I think they definitely will lose some of the percentage of how much they're done. And they have a little bit, but not as much as I thought they'd lose. Like, they haven't lost as much popularity as I was expecting. Because it went to, like, 80% versus 20% for Gateway against Forge Expander. Even maybe slightly higher, like 85-15 as far as the top pro scene goes. And then it started to fall way down. And I thought it would go down to, like, maybe 60-40 at the most for Gateway Expands, but I feel like it's still a little bit higher for Gateway Expands.
I have to agree with
like
that.
Maybe even 50-50, or I'm not sure the exact numbers. This is just like the feeling in my head, but it's definitely higher than what I expected. And especially when I see Rain doing it twice, it's like, huh, twice Rain.
Times are changing, you know, and so are the builds that we see these pro gamers using. I mean, with the new units and HOTS, there's a lot of different stuff you can try to do, and it seems like this is a completely fine way to do this. And you know what's nice about it? The pro gamers out there that are Zerg have to adapt now to a totally different timing. Yeah. So are we going to go and just restart that game?
I think we'll just restart.
I can't imagine we'd recover
the first
from
pylon
replay.
started. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess these players could look at the scores, but that would be too late anyways.
That's true.
No, I just certainly do imagine that'll just be a restart.
Well,
and hold on.
Is it going to be a restart?
I'm pretty sure.
Sit tight, guys.
It's a restart. So
okay,
that makes sense. Like, to recover from there is, what if you had like start
unnecessary?
Quite unnecessary, I would say.
Well, Artosis, we have a little break from World of Tanks.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun though, casting the finals.
Yeah, it was actually. I hope that some of you guys checked out World of Tanks. Maybe some people.
The VODs are still up, so
yeah.
Oop. Are we all right?
Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm sure. They had a remake. So, all right.
Well, we've been having a lot of crashes here. WCS Korea Season 2 so far. I think an abnormal amount of crashes compared to what we're used to.
Yes,
you know?
certainly. But
this is the hardest part about being a caster is actually when you have to.
It's
like
where
this.
We shine, Tasteless.
It is.
It's where we get to just bro out over whatever it is we want to talk about.
It's been rainy out.
It has been, yeah. It's been kind of drab and dreary, and on the days where it's not, it's so humid that it's really uncomfortable.
This is kind of the crappy
which makes me keep my AC on like several hours a day, which gets expensive.
You know, my AC, it's a flat bill from my house, so I actually just like leave it on all the time.
Oh no! During the summer months, I'm like, okay,
I turn the AC on and then I open every window of my house. People are like, you are destroying the earth. I'm like, it's free, and they're like, that's not even what I'm talking about.
You should see me, man. I got my fans set up in every room. And I'm like, okay, it's cool enough in here. And I like turn the fans on, turn the AC off. Because that bill can get big, man.
I know what you're talking
it's
about,
such electricity.
Electricity bills out here in Seoul are very expensive. I read a little while ago they're actually running out of electricity in Seoul.
Yeah. Seoul actually sucks up so much electricity. There's new rules about what you have to do with your AC, like whether or not you can have your doors open at what hours for stores and stuff, and what hours you can run AC and stuff like that, too.
I mean, it makes sense.
We were actually having some brownouts last year, if you remember.
We had a few brownouts. We absolutely did. But there was a period there were brownouts all over the country.
Yeah.
All the way down to Busan.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Yeah, hard to make that much energy tasteless.
Yes, it is indeed. We have not started the game yet, so I don't know if they need to check Rain's computer. It was Rain's that dropped, right?
Yeah, it was Rain's.
Okay.
But I think everything's going to be fine because they're both in the game, and they both already said good luck to each other. So hopefully we get that started pretty quick.
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah. So, Tasteless, you've been playing Dead Space, did you tell me? Wait, no, you've been playing, what's the name of that game? That you said you were just playing.
Survival horror? I have not been playing any survival. Oh, I've been playing. Right now I'm playing Mass Effect.
Yeah, Mass Effect, that's it. See, I have both those games on my iPad, and I haven't played them yet. They're sitting next to each other, so I get them confused.
Okay. No, Mass Effect's good. It was just one of these games I had missed. I never ended up playing it, so picked it up. It's very good.
You like it?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And tomorrow I'm actually streaming myself playing Contra. I'm going to try to beat that in one sit through on a try-hard.
You're going to put in the cheat codes?
No.
Are you going to use Game Genie?
No, I'm going to use Game Genie, man. Like,
if I'm invincible, they can't kill me.
You don't even get 3 lives in Contra? That is stupid. Now, I'll be doing that tomorrow, so definitely tune into that. And we're in game, so I think we can go ahead and probably throw this up on screen, and we'll get right to it. So, Rain against Hyvaa, game number 2 is now underway, with Rain in the bottom left and Hyvaa in the upper right.
All right. So, back to just about where we were. And we're almost back to where we were. Hold on, guys. Hold on. We're going to get further this time.
I never noticed the nice hedges here on the corners of the bases. Look at that.
Those are very nice.
Somebody needs to trim those into different little animals.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Nice. Here's the thing. That's like nice for public, but if it's on top of a building, that's for the people that live there, and then they want actual naturey looking shrubs.
That's true.
That's me, at
least. They got good pizza here.
Well, actually, to be frank, I don't think the pizza is as good in Korea as America.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Is that because they make pizza out of freedom down there?
That's why. Yeah. That's why.
What is your favorite kind of pizza? And I'm not talking about like, oh, this is healthy. I mean, like, what is the actual best?
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes I would be in a mood for a cheese pizza. But the thing is, normally when you have a pizza, you're like sharing it with people, you know? So I normally always, it's like, well, I'm veggie, so we have to get cheese.
There's some nerd at home alone right now with a pizza, I want you to know. We have a viewers, he's alone at home, and he's like, oh my God.
Every now and then you get your own pizza, too. But, you know, most of the time when I eat a pizza, it's with other people, so it's a cheese because I'm a vegetarian. Because not many people like a vegetarian pizza just loaded with veggies.
See, I'm all for the mushroom pizza, actually.
That one's really good, too.
Mushroom pizza is absolutely... You know what? You actually can't...
I like the veggie one.
You cannot trust young adults that don't eat mushrooms. You know what I mean? Like on any other food, I'm like, you don't...
No.
You don't like the taste of mushrooms? These things are so good for you and they're so delicious.
Yeah. Onions and garlic as well.
Yeah, no, that's very true. You meet somebody who doesn't like onions, it's like, well, you have some growing up to do, buddy. They'll like get the onion-flavored Pringles, but not eat onions. I'm like, what?
I'm like, that doesn't even taste like onion, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
You met people that won't eat onions, but they'll eat onion rings?
Yes.
I'm like, what?
You're actually describing someone I know.
Well, it's not me, man.
No, it's not you.
I don't get that. I'm like, they're like, well, I don't like onions, I like onion rings. I'm like... You like the batter?
You know what's actually... Yeah, here's the thing. I don't like onion rings, but onions I eat on everything. Like, every day I have onions. They're just so good.
No, see, I'm even fine with onion rings. I mean, I feel kind of crappy after I eat them because they're so bad for you.
No, they're like... I don't like the sliminess of the onion in it.
Oh, no, see, for some reason I like that. Now, do you like grilled onions?
Yes. Yes.
Grilled
those
onions
are fantastic.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just eat those
a little slimy, but that's fine with me. Oh, God, it's so good.
Well...
Grilled pineapple as well. Something else
that's delicious.
People have to try.
Yeah. Grilled banana's good as well.
I have not tried a grilled banana. I want to try that now.
Well, here we go, Tasa. Some Lings coming down. They're doing the same thing they did last game. They might actually get this one, yeah. Looks like they will. Gonna have to cancel that. So that is actually quite annoying because that pylon's supposed to be up so he can get his wall up.
Yeah, he wants to get the gateways over there.
Yeah. It's not going to make a big difference because Hyvaa isn't actually going for anything cheesy. Like, he's not just making a bunch of Lings to run in right before the wall gets up. But it's annoying. And it does get him supply block for a little bit longer, but everything's already pretty much fixed.
By the way, we saw earlier that Rain was 10-2 on this map.
On this map that no one's ever played? That's weird.
It was either on this map or it was in this matchup.
Oh,
But
okay.
I thought I saw it on this
Oh,
map.
you know what? That would make sense, especially if they're using the OSL statistics, because he won the last OSL.
That must be it. Then
And
I
he,
must have thought it was...
He lost, like, I think 2
Because
games
that's why
at
I brought it up. I'm like, wow, there must have been games on this map I didn't see. Like,
No. No. No, we've seen and casted every game on this map so far,
I
Texas.
swear, yeah. No, that's what I was wondering. I wanted to bring that up. I'm like, well...
You can't spell Guangali Beach without tastosis.
That's right, man. Now we got the Stargate on the way now.
Basically the same opening.
Yeah.
Solid opening indeed, and Hiva is going for the 3 bases again.
This is where Hype is going to try to show us what he wasn't able to do last game.
He does have a couple gases coming up a little bit quicker, and he actually... No, actually, this is about the same with the Roach Horn and the gases, I'm pretty sure. So,
Now, he actually got this pylon up. The Lings are going to find
coming,
this. Yeah, they're on a rally.
Well, the thing is he has to leave his probe there, because if he goes any further forward, it might get spotted, so... Okay, so you chase that, or... you know what? The gates are done, so he actually gets the warp in going.
Oh, man, this is not good for the Zerg again.
Yeah, this is looking
Wouldn't
a
it be
little bit
terrible to
more
lose this game in the exact same way?
Yeah. That would be
This is
pretty
like
rough.
Groundhog's Day, the StarCraft tournament.
I feel like he might even want to throw down a spine crawler at the third base.
Yeah, I
he's
think
making
that'd
a
be good.
lot of lings and now some roaches. So,
Well, the thing
you know
is, the second base isn't as accessible from this position of rushing.
Oh, here we go. The Zealot's walking towards his third base. He's got a good 6 of them so far. He is making some Phoenixes and chasing down Overlords as well. And what this is actually going to do is supply block Hiva in just a moment here. But Hiva's making so many roaches and getting a layer. The thing is, this attack is not going to do the damage it did last time.
Yeah,
I can't see it. He has him supply capped, but that's quite a few units.
All right, here come the Zealots now. He might have a Time Warp thrown down here on those roaches. Oh, he's got to get those weaker Zealots in the back right now.
You know, I think he just doesn't quite have enough, especially with the extra roaches that are coming. He's going to chew through these Zerglings without too much problem, and actually a Time Warp there would be beautiful.
Yep, and that's what he's going to do right there.
Little bit of...
Actually a really nice surround.
He gets the Mothership Core, though.
But there might be too many roaches. Let's see, with some good pickups, can he do some more damage?
Well, you know what? He's going to get both the queens, and that's going to be very nice. Or I'm pretty... Maybe he's not, actually. He has used quite a few lifts on that, and that means that no more lifts on the roaches, likely. And so the roaches should be able to micro against these Zealots. Basically, Hiva has done a much better job defending this. Last game, he lost his third, a ton of units, a ton of queens, and we had 8 Phoenixes at the end. Whereas here, he's killed the Mothership Core. He's now killed off just about all the Zealots. And look at this. Rain stopped at 5 Phoenixes. Who'da thunk?
Yeah, you know, this is a really nice play so far here by Hiva. Definitely making the right adjustments from his last game there. That would have been a tough way to go down, losing the same way twice in a row.
Exactly, yeah. But you know what? Right now, this isn't like a position that Rain is way behind in. He's not in the best of shape at the moment, but you know, he's got his 5 Phoenixes out. He's forced a lot of early roaches that, for right now in the game, are pretty worthless. You know, he killed a decent amount of them as well. But he's teching up. He's grabbing his forge, his robotics. He's re-getting that Mothership Core. So we'll have to see what he wants to do from here. I think he's probably going to end up taking a third.
That's what I would say. Take a third, just tech off that, get your upgrades. Monitor when the Zerg is going to take his fourth. Or, you know what, you don't even have to kill the Zerg when he takes his fourth. You can actually wait for the Zerg to have to take a fifth here. Because the fifth is almost impossible for the Zerg to secure. I feel like this is not a good map for Zerg, generally speaking.
It seems that way to me, but yeah, I guess we need to definitely see a lot of games. But yeah, that's what I was saying before. I feel like with Guangali Beach as the second map, it seems a little bit small, and it seems like force fields are going to be quite nice here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I guess if you get to the late game, any map that's kind of small, Swarm Hosts become even more powerful on.
That's very true. I mean, the whole game's different now that Swarm Hosts are effect.
Yeah.
Another siege weapon there for the Zergs. By the way, Hiva's macroing very well right now.
Yeah.
118 to 78.
I really like the upgrades he's getting as well. He's grabbing that Infestation Pit and getting Burrow and Overlord speed. Of course, the Hydra speed is something you'd expect anyways, but The Overlord speed's pretty neat. And
I think he might be going for some drops here.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, drops wouldn't be terrible. You know how active these Phoenixes are? I think they'd just be seen ahead of time. But even showing Overlord speed will make Rain consider that drops could be coming.
That's very true.
That's kind of useful. But I do have to say I really like the Burrow, though.
Yeah,
I'm becoming more and more of a fan of Burrow against Protoss. It really taxes their multitasking even more when you're doing a lot of harassment and burrowing things. And that's always a good thing.
All right, we have these Swarm hosts about to pop out, all 4 of them. That'll help him secure that 4th base, which he's definitely going to have to do because this is a tough situation to keep expanding here at Zerg.
Yeah.
So it looks like he might actually be planning on going mass Swarm host in the late game here.
Well, the Swarm host Hydra is out, and this is going to make it pretty hard on Rain. I feel like he should throw up a second Robo. You know, that's obviously the Swarm host is going to be pretty hard to deal with overall with a small number of Colossus, but when you add in the fact that he has a lot of Hydras there too, it's going to be even harder.
All right, he's going to move in here now, and that's definitely an engagement he wants to avoid. Nice killing that Swarm host there. Oh, can he get another one? No, the Hydras come out and deny that plan.
Yeah, but that's a very nice pickoff right there. All right. So the 3rd base is on the way. The 4th base for Hiva has finished. He's not mining from it quite yet. That's okay. He's kind of he's actually got 72 drones with 11 more on the way, so his economy is about to be absolutely stellar.
Yeah.
And he's got a scary group of units as well, so it looks like what Rain is probably planning on doing is moving across the map as this next Colossus pops out.
Yeah, and that would be a really nice timing there to get that push off.
He's going to want to push creep back as well. This is actually becoming more and more important against Zerg because Locusts go so much further on creep.
Oh, it's incredible how far they can go. Now, if he gets his Observer over here with the rest of his army...
Oh my god. You have to be careful. If they can force field those in, those things are expensive.
Oh, yeah. Think of Swarm hosts like the siege tank for Zerg. I mean, when they lose that, it takes a long way to increment those back out. Wow. He's continuing to push forward now.
Very nice attack so far, really utilizing force fields. And if he could get a snipe there, it'd be very nice. I'm not sure that he's going to be able to snipe the hatch, though.
Yeah, it's a tough call here. And the Swarm hosts have burrowed right now. This is kind of an awkward position here, though, for the Zerg.
Yeah, he did lose his mothership core, so he
did
can't get out of there.
Did he lose his Observer, too?
Oh, God.
Where is the Observer? I don't see it.
You're right. Yeah, he did.
He must have lost it.
Yeah, looks like
But he actually can get this hatchery, oddly enough.
Yeah, as long as he snipes that hatchery, it's going to be very nice. But he's getting a big flank right now. Good idea by Hiva.
Oh, he actually saved that Colossus.
Wow, great pullback indeed.
We have an Observer out somewhere, and I don't see it here on the screen.
Yes, I absolutely do not see an Observer. Well, it looks like Hiva is going to end up holding.
And now imagine had he had an Observer there, how different this game would have looked. In fact, it looks like Protoss might try to go up here and just do a target down there on that hatchery. Don't know if that's a wise decision.
Yeah, he's got to be super careful because if he loses all these Stalkers and especially these 2 Colossi, I don't know that he can come back very easily.
Oh my god, he intercepted the Observer. Is that the Observer?
No, that was
Excuse me.
That was one of the pylons he was using.
Then Protoss is going to have to turn around.
Rain does fall back quite a bit.
And, you know, Zerg's now maxed out here, so this is getting worse and worse and worse right now for a Protoss player. All right, here comes that Observer now.
And another reason why Devil Robo can be quite nice against this. That the Observers can come out a lot quicker. You don't have to wait until you get your next Colossus out that you've been chrono boosting.
That's very true. You don't have to stop making Colossi just because you want an Observer out. Now it's a 200 supply to 132.
Oh yeah, I love that he went back and got the creep back a little bit further. That's going to buy him some extra time.
That's really smart.
It'd be nice if Hiva actually goes up and starts pushing the creep back out again.
All right. Looks like the Swarm hosts are going to burrow now. He'll push this creep forward as well. I'm really surprised Rain keeps pushing forward here.
Rain is fearless, and
he seems incredibly not concerned about the fact that there's Swarm hosts, and I love the kiting, by the way, with that.
As long as he's not losing units, that's nice. He is taking some damage at least, though. And of course, with the Locust being free, man, every point of extra damage beyond the shields is valuable.
Absolutely.
Hell, even the scouting intel of knowing exactly where their army's at is valuable. Like, they just...
Yeah.
Swarm hosts are value incarnate.
All right, looks like Protoss Rain now going to back up here. There is a Roach burrowed at that expansion. Meanwhile, Zerg taking a 5th base here. Hyva looking absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and in fact, Hyva is grabbing an Ultraless Cavern Tasteless, and the Ultraless Cavern is the perfect choice against a unit composition like this. Are you going to add Immortals against that army? No.
No.
Of course not.
Definitely not.
You're going to spend a lot of gas on Archons? Probably not that either, no. And those are really the 2 units that you're going to use against it, so I do love the Ultraless switch. It's really, really smart.
Looks like the, the Swarm Host now going to be pushing forward here. And yeah, this is just to buy time right now. And as he goes forward here with these Swarm Hosts, the Spine Crawlers, and these Roaches and Hydras here to cover, this is going to be something very tough for Protoss to deal with.
Yeah. Well, Hyva's still maneuvering around quite well. Luckily for Rain, there's all those beach chairs on the beach that cannot be moved by these giant armies.
This is true. They cannot be trampled. He's sending the Warp Prism up here, by the way, towards the main right now. And this could be one way that the Protoss could turn this game around.
It's definitely about time that we see some harassment from Rain here. You know, if he's just trying to play heads up against an already Swarm Host user, wow, that was a terrible sentence. But he's trying to play heads up on this map against Swarm Host. He's gonna have a bad time, I guess.
He's gonna have a bad time, yes. Now this should the Zealot attack should allow the Protoss to secure the 4th base here, and he might even try pushing the 5th.
You know, if he could get in and snipe one of these, it would be great. And in fact, he might be able to get those Swarm Hosts to run away.
Well, the thing is, there's enough here and not enough of a Zerg army for them to actually try to hold up. Whoop, gotta be careful.
Oh my God.
This is that Observer.
I think he has one more. Yeah, he does. He's coming up right behind, so that's good. And this is a nice little time to fly in here. You know, there is an Ultra, but it's
the
stuck
second
behind.
Observer was taken out here as well.
Very nice move. You know, you definitely still can kill the Swarm Host because of the splash from the Colossus a little bit.
Right, right.
This is getting a little bit brutal. A lot of damage being done to these Stalkers, but those 4 Colossus dealing huge amounts of damage.
Mothership Core out in the open right now, and it is taken out. Can Rain do this? He has taken out most of the static defense. We don't see that next Observer coming in there now. This base not exactly under attack, but the 5th, however, for the Zerg is.
Yeah, it looks like the 5th should be falling here. And that is a great moment for Rain in this game.
Looks like we have some, well, hold that thought. Nice blink control here, just bringing these into the cannons.
It's kind of interesting. We actually have Broodlords on the way, as well as more Ultras, kind of the Nest-T composition. We'll see how that works out for him. Of course, it's only the Nest-T composition against Terran, where it doesn't really work.
Looks like Zerg's going to try to take the bottom right. Now, this is one of these forgotten bases on this map, so you want to be careful because if you're not paying attention, they can take that and go uncontested for a while.
Indeed.
Okay, Protoss will have to back away from this.
Yeah, he can't blink in because of all these units, and he blinks in.
Oh my God, he blinked in.
And look at that, all those Stalkers are going to die in a matter of seconds, and in fact...
Huge error there by Rain. He was in great shape up until now.
Fungals plus these Ultras coming in, just destroying his army right now. I do feel like that was a bit of an overcommittal there. And also, you know, he let his Mothership Core die, unfortunately.
He's actually lost the Observers in the Mothership Core a lot.
Yeah, multiple times. You know, I understand losing quite a few Observers, but losing that Mothership Core and then committing to an attack like that, that's so dangerous when you know they could have a couple Infestors out.
Well, this could actually end right now with Zerg now pushing down here at the 3rd base. Mind you, Protoss does not have a 4th base up and running.
You know, I think one of the worst parts about this, losing 3 Colossus, he has to make more Colossus now, which means he can't be making Immortals to fight off these Ultras.
That's very true.
So, like, you don't need to make any more Swarm Hosts here. You can just sit here and make Ultras all game. And his army composition is never going to be anything that can battle Ultras. He doesn't even have the production for it.
GG.
And he realizes that.
With that last base being denied there's really nothing he can do.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to go on to game number 3 now in this PBZ and see who's going to go be the first winner in this group. Hyva, though, You know, he hasn't played aggressively yet. He actually played very defensively in that last game, being very swarm host dependent, and it worked.
That's very true. He played a very solid game. He stopped the harassment from Rain. The timing of the swarm hosts, I think, was one of the more interesting pieces for me.
It was much earlier than I expected.
They were kind of helping him secure his fourth.
Yeah.
It was kind of neat. But, you know, I think he got a little bit ahead. Not a huge amount ahead, but a little bit ahead during Rain's early attack. And, you know, Rain almost broke him a couple times. Not having the Observer hurt quite a bit, as you said, Tasteless.
There was one moment in that battle that he could have won.
Yeah.
If there was an Observer there, he would have killed all the Swarm hosts and moved forward.
Well, we'll see how this next game goes. It is on Aklon Waste, so definitely a good map for Swarm hosts, but probably the best map for Protoss overall. I feel like when I play this map, I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm going to actually win some ladder points, Tasteless. Because this map is really comfortable for Protoss. You can open with absolutely anything and take a safe third base.
Do you think we're going to see Hyvaa go for some early aggression here? We haven't seen him do it yet here between these two.
If he goes for early aggression, it has to be something kind of like what we saw against Parting from Sioux, where it's like 40-ish drones and go. Because if he gives Rain really any time, Rain is going to be able to get a ton of tech and just secure that third base with, you know, being up on a ramp one place with a big building wall and then having rocks and a building wall at the other base. It's like going to be very hard to break.
This is true.
So,
well,
I think it's probably going to be a longer game.
Hope it is a nice long game.
Yeah.
Today's actually already been kind of short. So
it feels really short today.
Feels really short today. So we'll see. You know, Hyvaa, he's already caused a lot of upsets so far. You know, made a pretty big stir here, and a lot of surprises with this guy's play.
It may continue as well.
Yep.
He's a very talented guy.
Never count anybody out.
Anyone that won Rookie of the Year in StarCraft 1, I mean, that's a big deal. There were only so many years, and there were so many great pro gamers during them.
Such a super saturated amount in the Korean scene of people who are just so godly at StarCraft.
Yeah.
All right. The map, again, is going to be Aklon Waste. We're 1-1. The winner of the rubber match here does move on. Well, does not move on, I should say. It's going to be up in the winners section of the group here.
Much better chance of moving on, that's for sure.
Much better shot, yeah. So, yeah, we're going to get this going. I'm Tasteless. With me is Artosis. This is Tastosis bromancing over the best game ever made, StarCraft 2, here at GOMTV.net. I don't know if we had a crash here on the computer, Artosis, but nobody's loading.
You are correct, Tasteless. This, we may have a slight technical difficulty.
Oh, noes.
Well.
Hello. Welcome back.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Still no one loading, so it's just kind of froze on the load screen. Whatever.
I wonder if that's even your computer.
It's a possibility.
Yours could have crashed.
We don't know whose it was. Because, you know, there's a lot of people in these games. There's 10 observers in each. No, wait. There's 8 observers in each game and 2 players, so. Who knows who it is? Let's pretend it's not me,
This is like the game of Clue right now.
It's Artosis at the GOM Studios with the candlestick.
I never liked Clue.
I never played Clue.
It's not that good.
Not that good. I wasn't missing much. I did play Guess Who. Did you play Guess Who? Is he bald?
Oh, yeah, Guess Who.
Yeah.
Have you seen that Pulp Fiction spoof?
No.
It's just like they've got the Guess Who game with little pictures, and it's got the who's the guy? John Travolta's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, okay.
And he's asking questions. Does he look like a bitch? Like.
You mean Samuel L. Jackson?
Samuel L. Jackson, not Morgan Freeman. Excuse me. Samuel. You know, it's so funny though. Like.
Yeah.
Now, I guess this computer's still stuck, so. We'll have to wait and see. What other board games did you like to play, Artosis?
Let's see. When I was a kid, we did play a decent amount of Monopoly. When it would always, like, you know, because I play games with you, I trash talk a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And even as a kid, I would just be like, look, I'm just killing you guys. And, like, eventually, every single game of Monopoly, my cousins would give all their properties and stuff to my older brother so he could finish me off. Like, they just be like, all right, here you go.
Oh, yeah, that's why
like,
I don't like Monopoly. Is eventually everybody's just teaming up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, look, guys, like...
It's like, does it really have to generate this in the end? I outplayed you guys. I don't know what you want. Yes, I was ruthless with Rent. It's a board game. But no,
I actually... you ever play this game called Balderdash?
Oh, I've heard of it.
It's actually really good. It's where you get...
Oh.
Everybody gets a card.
We're in the game, and everyone from GOMTV except me dropped.
All right, well, we'll see what happens from there. It's like Artosis is now observing. Rain has also requested a pause. It's this game where you get a word, like an old word, like a word that's like 1,000 years old, that it's not in the English lexicon as far as used words go. And then one person gets the real definition, but you don't know who that is. And everybody else has to make up a definition and make it sound like it's the real definition. And then the person that's in charge reads each of them, and everybody has to vote on what they thought the real definition was.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
It's actually not bad. I liked it.
I like Trouble. It's fun.
Getting into trouble.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the best games is actually Operation.
Is it?
You ever played that?
Yeah, I have, but I didn't think it was like the best.
That's the best.
My little
game.
nerd hand shakes. I'm like, oh,
I've got no magnesium in my body. I'm just trying to get those out.
Yes, that's what I said when I was 7.
Artosis had a wicked,
Scrabble.
He had a wicked copper deficiency when he was 7, man.
Scrabble. Scrabble was fun.
Scrabble sucks.
You know what? You suck. What?
You know what? Actually, Words with Friends sucks too.
No, it's just Scrabble.
Yeah, it sucks. It's not that good.
No, I think it was kind of fun. I like playing games like that. Where I can be like, well, I'm good at like finding.
Have you looked up the words you can use to abuse Scrabble?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
There's like some word there's a 3-letter word that starts with Q.
We actually after when was this? I forget when it was, but I was playing a lot of Scrabble online, or some version of Scrabble online, way back, like during Starcraft 1 time with some of the Starcraft 1 media guys. Specifically, I think it was Skew, and we were playing, and one day one of us played a word that both of us were like, I don't know if that's legal. And then we found out that there was nothing in the program to check if things were legal.
Oh,
so then we would just every time put down all of our tiles and we didn't even look like a word, and we had the highest scores you could ever imagine.
There was actually there's some word that the Scrabble pros use.
Yeah,
I think it's a 3 or 4 letter word that starts with Q. It's like Quan or something. It's worth so much.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means.
I think I saw that once. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it means.
That's when I gave up. That's when I gave up on the game, because you play with these people that are super serious. But I'm like, well, you've just looked up all the words.
Yeah, that's true.
Instead of being like, aha, jolly, Jolly.
And then I put an S on the end. You're like, you can't do that. I'm like, house rules.
Artosis puts rancher, Jolly Rancher, and takes my points. I'm like, oh no.
Oh,
is that really a word, or is it just a brand of food?
Proper noun.
Proper noun.
Yeah. Well,
there you go.
Yeah. No, Scrabble's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I just don't want to play it.
Well, I'm not asking you to play it with me. You were asking me what games that I played.
Because if you did, I'd say no.
You'd say yes for me. Please, one game, please.
No, man. We'd be playing chess, man's game.
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Chess is good.
It's really fun.
We're still waiting to figure out what's going on right now. We apologize for the delay.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as we're ready to get this game going.
Did you ever play Hungry Hungry Hippos?
Yes.
I never had it. So
that game's awesome.
Did you just go like that a lot? Or was there strategy?
There's some strategy, because eventually you realize that you can wait for the balls to be pushed there.
Well, you guys I can imagine you as a little kid going like this, and everyone's just hitting the button real quick. I realized my hand was below where people could see, but just hitting the button real quick. I'd hit it once so hard that it tilts the whole board up in the air, and all the balls just roll into my hippo's mouth.
Hippo goes and eats them all.
Yeah.
Hungry Hungry Hippos was a great game. Crossfire also great. In fact, if you haven't seen the Crossfire
greatest marketing
ever. Yeah, man. When he beats that kid in Crossfire and sends him into another dimension.